Hi Foxes, and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. You have made it to my Monday What Sold video where I go over everything that's sold on the 3 platforms that I sell on, which is Etsy, eBay, and Poshmark, for the week before. So this is the video for the 15th to the 21st, I believe, of February. And yeah, we're gonna get into what sold on all of the different platforms. I sell a lot of vintage, so if you are interested in vintage or retro style and seeing like what is selling within that kind of category, then this is definitely the right place for you, and I hope that you will hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up and all that stuff. But before I dive in, I want to let you know that at the end of this video, I'm going to be having like a little chat with me about all of the just like struggles that I'm going through right now with like reselling and, you know, YouTube and stuff like that, and just kind of like where I'm at. So if that interests you, then stick around to the end, and if not, then we're going to get into what sold part first, and you can just cut out before that whole shebang begins. And then the last thing I want to say is that I would like to remind you that if you did not know, I offer vintage product description writing. And I have a link to that down in my description box below. Essentially, you send in pictures of a vintage item that you found, and then I send you back a product title, product description, and a price. And that costs $3.50 per item. And I've gotten some really fun ones from you guys, so thank you for submitting them. It's definitely a lot of fun to help you list your vintage. So without further ado, let's jump into what sold. As you are probably getting used to by now, from this part on, the rest of the video will not be edited, so it's just whatever comes out of my mouth. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the Etsy portion of what sold last week. And the first Etsy sale that I had actually came on February 17th. And it was a pair of little children's 3T flannel lined blue jeans from LL Bean. And these sold for $20.99. Buyers pay shipping and sales tax on Etsy unless I specify otherwise. So these were very cute, but they belonged to my children. I'm sure I dug them out of the Goodwill bins because that's where I buy most of my kids' clothes. Yeah, but they're just nice little flannel lined jeans for a toddler. Next up was this cross-stitch kit. I guess cross-stitch kits can be worth a lot of money if you find like the right one. This one was relatively common, but someone gave it to me, so I went ahead and listed it. And the person who purchased it from me said that their mom had this kit and made like this cross-stitch kit for all of their neighbors, which I thought was really cute. I love it when customers send me like little cute stories in their notes to the seller. But that sold for $9.99, and it went all the way to Canada, so they paid more in shipping than they did for the item. But I think it helps because there were a lot of them online, and I certainly didn't have the cheapest one. I didn't have the most expensive, but I didn't have the cheapest one either. But you know, I ship international, so, and it's all like built right in, you don't have to ask about it. So I think that sometimes buyers might choose my shop over other shops because I ship international, and Etsy makes it super easy to do so. So it's the exact same. I just print out a label and put it on the package, and I didn't have to do anything extra for it. So next up was on February 20th, and that is this little kid set. This is something that I can't remember if I bought it at Goodwill or I dug it out of the Goodwill bins, but I've had this for quite a while. Both of my children wore it, and it is just so stinking cute. It's like a little plaid Peter Pan color shirt with these little like overalls, and they have a koala riding like a penny farthing bicycle embroidered on them. It is so cute. So I put pictures of my kids wearing them in the listing, and then of course I did the flat lay, and that sold for $22.99, and I'm just so happy that it'll get to go on and be worn by another little kid. And last up, keeping with that children's theme this week on Etsy, I guess, I sold my last pair of these vintage children's shoelaces for $4.99. I had a whole bunch of them, and yeah, I'm sold out now. So however many are in that picture times $5 is how much I made on this one listing, so I'm not upset about that. But yeah, $4.99, and then they paid, you know, the shipping and the sales tax. And that was it for Etsy this week. Really not super impressive at all. I think I had looked at my 7-day recap, and it was like $77 or something like that. And to be quite frank with you all, this week is even worse. So we're having a time right now with reselling. We're having a time. Okay, eBay. eBay, I don't think I sold a lot of stuff on eBay. I still only have, I think, like 145 active listings on eBay. I am posting everything new that I am listing over to eBay, but only really the modern stuff. I'm not cross-posting the vintage stuff. But that might change. I don't know. I'm still trying to get my feelers in for eBay and decide like how much I want to go for it. So we'll see. But other people do have very good things to say about how much profit they're making on eBay, and so I'm not ignoring them. Just trying to figure it out before I really go for it. Okay, February 16th. I sold this little like letter set from when I was in high school. There was this super janky video, VHS and DVD rental store, mostly VHS, that specialized in like international shows and films and like manga and anime and stuff like that, back at a time when that sort of thing was like really hard to get your hands on. So every now and then I would sleep over at my friend's house, and her parents, usually her dad, would take us to this tiny little store, and then we would rent like anime DVDs, primarily like Sailor Moon and Fushigi Yugi and Fruits Basket and like stuff like that. I don't know. But I remember one time I got my dad to take me there, and I bought a bunch of stationery, and this was one of the things that I bought, and I still had it, and I have actually never even seen Neon Genesis Evangelion, but it was just a thing, and I bought it, and so it's gone on to a new home. $5.99 for that, and then the buyer paid shipping. And the other thing that I sold on eBay this week was a 1970s purple like lingerie loungewear jumpsuit. So I found this. I was so pumped about it. I think I found it at the bins, but I don't really remember. It was relatively recently. I do remember I was really excited about it because it's purple and it's a jumpsuit, so both things that I love. And someone offered me $30 for this, or no, they offered me $20, and I countered at $30, and then they accepted it. So, yeah, $30 for that, and that was it for eBay. The buyer did pay shipping on. Yeah, that was it. Okay, the buyer did pay shipping on the jumpsuit, and now we're gonna go into Poshmark sales. So Poshmark is still the place where I sold the most stuff. On the 15th of February, I sold this bundle of 3 items. There were 2 ModCloth dresses and a pin. I had both of the dresses listed at $78. They were both mine. And I'm pretty light on the wear on my clothing. I usually only wear it a few times before I like to put it back into circulation. So they came in and they offered me $100, which was a little bit lower than I wanted, but again, I've had the pinecone dress for quite a while, and I was just really ready to move that on. And the pin I bought like wholesale, so I think it cost me about 50 cents, so I really didn't have anything into that. And then the other dress with the chipmunks, I got quite a lot of wear out of that. So I was like, 40 bucks in my pocket for each dress, and then, you know, minus the 50 cents I paid for the hedgehog. I mean, I was like, I decided to take it. So $100 for that, 2 dresses and 1 pin. Next up, someone came in and sent me an offer on these boots. I think I had them listed again at $78. That is a price that I like. So someone came in and offered me $50, and I accepted that right away. I did buy these at the Goodwill outlet, so I did not have a lot of money into them, and so I got $40, and they left me 5 stars. These sold super quick. They were a pair of 1970s palazzo pants that I pulled out of the Goodwill bins. I miss the Goodwill bins so much, you guys. So I pulled these out of the bins, but they had some stitching that had come loose around the waistband, so I needed to repair them. But it's black thread, so I'd have to rethread my machine. So I waited until I had a few black items that needed to be repaired, and then I rethreaded my machine and I fixed all of that stuff. And then I listed these, I think like last week, and they sold within a day or two. I think I had them listed for $45, and we negotiated a little bit, but we settled on $35. Felt like they probably would have sold on Etsy for full price, but again, just with like the quick flip, and I got them out of the bins, and they were a very fun pants, so I was happy to send them on to someone else to enjoy them. Next up was a item from my Stitch Fix palette. These were a pair of Pistola cropped wide leg yellow pants, and I got quite a few pairs of these actually, so I didn't mind taking this lower offer. I'm pretty sure I had these listed at $45. Someone came in and offered me $25. After my cost of goods, I made somewhere around $15, so not a ton of money, but again, I still have a ton of stuff from that palette to get through, and I got multiple pairs of these, so I was like, okay, let's just move it along. This Disney catalog dress was so cute. It's like a little pinafore, and I bought it for myself, but I was like, that might be slightly too toddler for me. Like, if I was going to Disney, that would be one thing, because I feel like you can just be an adult toddler at Disney. But just for like everyday wear, I don't know. I decided it wasn't quite for me, so I ended up listing these, or listing it. And one of the things that I like to do, pro tip, if you are wearing something that you intend to list and you're like trying to get a last wear out of it, you know, like dress it up as an outfit and then take a picture, and that way you'll have a modeled picture for your items. So that's what I did. I took like an outfit of the day picture, and then I listed it with that, and that sold for $28. I paid $12, so what is that, $16 for me? Not bad. I don't know how much I said that sold for. It sold for $35. I got $28, and then my cost of goods was $12. Okay, these jeans were mine again. When my basement flooded back at Christmas time, I was kind of forced to go through all of the things that I had stored in our cedar closet. And I mean, I have a lot of clothing, so I was just kind of going through and it's just kind of taking a closer look, like a harder look at like, am I going to wear this again? Is it going to fit me again? And these are something that I decided to let go of. I believe when I looked this up, I bought them on Poshmark and I paid like $13 shipped for them, which pretty cheap. And I sold them for $25 and got $20, so got my money back and then a little bit, which I always love if it's something for my own closet. This was a Zara Knit top I bought for my holiday collection. I do remember that I got this at, I think, Savers. It sold for $40, which was only $5 off my asking price, which was great. And so I got 32, and let's see if I put in how much I paid for this. Oh, $3. So, wow. I made $29 on that Zara sweater. That's not bad. Okay. And the last two items, I bought this set at an estate sale. And it was at like a Mickey Mouse mug warmer with a mug. And this past year I went through my mug cabinet and got rid of a lot of mugs, and so now I only have 3 or 4 mugs that I actively use and have. So I wanted the warmer for next to my computer to keep my coffee and my tea warm, but I didn't want the mug, so I ended up selling just the mug on Poshmark, and I think I paid $2 for this mug warmer, and the mug itself sold for $16. So I made somewhere around $10.80 on that, and I got a free mug warmer out of it. So that was pretty sweet. And that was actually a guest buyer, someone who came in off of Google, and they bought it full price. So no, don't hate that. Okay, last thing was this little Jimbori Fox hat. It was something that my older son wore, and I think I had it listed for $20, and I had offered the buyer $16 with $4.99 shipping, and she said that she missed my offer and could I send it again. I could not, so I let her know that she could just offer me $14 and then I would accept that, and that was, you know, the $16 minus the $2 that I was going to comp for shipping. And so $11.05 on that, and that came out of my kids' closet, so that is just money in my pocket. So some decent sales this week, but honestly not a lot of sales. It's been like very slow, so if you are feeling like there's just no activity and you're just not having sales, it's not you, you're not alone. This is just traditionally a very bad time of year for selling online. There's not a whole lot going on. Valentine's Day is over, and Easter is kind of still far out, and spring shopping is kind of still far out, so people are just kind of hunkered down and not buying anything. And I think that every single year I put in a lot of time and effort around this time of year, and then feel very frustrated by the fact that it's not like resulting in anything. And I just always have to remind myself that those, like the work that I'm doing now, will mean bigger sales later. So if you're feeling very frustrated and you're just not making a lot of sales, it's not just you, and it's just a slow time of year. So March is not going to be much better, if I'm honest with you. March is one of the worst months of the year, along with February for me, and I think that it was more or less the same in retail when I worked in retail. But as things start to warm up and once we really get into April, then spring fashion just really explodes and you can expect a little bit of a bump from that. So don't lose hope. It is coming. It is just frustrating to work really hard right now and not see like the payoff for it. But it will come later, and I think we just have to be patient. So that was it for what sold. And if that was what you came to see and you don't want to hear me, you know, talk about what's going on with YouTube and more on reselling, then you can go ahead and click off of this video, but please don't forget to give me a thumbs up before you go. And if you are not already subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button. I do put out what sold videos every Monday at 8 a.m. And that's Eastern Standard, so you can come and pack with me if you are shipping out your morning orders or just doing work or whatever you need to do. You can come and hang out with me while you do it. Yeah, so let's go ahead and go into the chat part of the video. I'll put my phone down. Yeah, so I feel like, so recently I've been trying to put out 3 YouTube videos a week. I added my Monday What Sold video into my mix with the 2 videos a week that I was doing. And that is why this video is not edited, because it is still, like that would be even more time consuming, but then I still have to add in all of the pictures of everything that's sold at the right time. And so that, I mean, there is still some editing that goes into it. It's not just I record this video and then I upload it into the cloud and you guys love it and cheer for me. It's not like that. So there is still some editing involved in this one. And then doing 2 more videos a week. It's actually been really hard to actually do reselling tasks that I need to do, and I'm finding it kind of difficult to balance the 3 videos with just like life and also actually getting work done. So I am just trying to figure out what I want to do. I do like doing these Monday What Sold videos for you. I feel like they're building a sense of like, hey, it'll be there for me on Monday and it's fun to listen to, and I like sharing what I sold with you all and just talking about the different sales. And so I definitely want to keep that video, but I think that somewhere along the line I'm probably going to have weeks where I skip my Tuesday video and just do Monday and Thursday, just to kind of like, because I need to get stuff done. Like, I'm not gonna have anything for what sold videos if I'm not actually listing and selling anything. So that is kind of, I don't know, just stressing me out a little bit, I think. And I usually try and film most of my videos a week in advance and then edit them throughout the week so that they're ready to go, and then start working on the next week. And yeah, so I guess just the type of person that I am, I don't like to, you know, leave things till the last minute, and I get a lot of anxiety if I feel like there's too much stuff floating that I need to do. So yeah, just kind of maybe every now and then doing like 2 videos a week instead of 3, and then like seeing how I am able to handle that. And then my state, I live in New Hampshire, and my state, the governor just issued a mandate, I think, about hybrid school. So my child has been doing remote kindergarten since September, the beginning of September, and at first it was going pretty well. I mean, it wasn't going well, let's not lie, but it wasn't, it was new and different, so there were some struggles with like getting him to sit, and then we went through a period of it going pretty well, and then we kind of got to this period where the teachers like really loading him up with stuff to do after class, and so I'm struggling with trying to keep him on top of things and then do my own work in the time that is after school, I guess, I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but there's just more work coming from him, and then he really wasn't feeling it. All that to say, the governor has mandated that they begin hybrid school here in New Hampshire. So he does go to a charter school. This is, again, his first year. He's been to daycares before. He was in daycare for 3 years, and then the pandemic hit. So there wasn't like an easy transition from like early preschool to kindergarten. And so starting next week, he's going to be doing hybrid school, where I'm not actually sure what it's going to look like. Whether or not I'm going to be dropping him off at 8 and picking him up at 12, or dropping him off at 9 and picking him up at 3. Like, I don't know what their school schedule is going to look like right now. And I don't know how many days a week he's going to be going, but I know that he is going to be doing some hybrid schooling soon. We just donated a bunch of supplies like hand sanitizer and kids' disposable masks and like a desk shield and stuff to the school, because they're like kind of scrambling. I don't think that they were really expecting to go back to school this year, and now they're kind of struggling really hard with that. But I think it's going to be good for him ultimately, because he has just gotten too comfortable with me and telling me like, oh, I don't like doing school on the computer, I don't want to do this anymore, and I could just tell he really wasn't engaging with it, and he wasn't learning a lot. So I am excited that he is going to be doing hybrid school, but it is in no way making my life easier, because not only will I need to drop him off and pick him up, but my other child is still going to be with me all the time, and now I have to juggle naps with him and the pickup schedule, and just having him here with me is not going to be any easier than having the two of them here with me. So yeah, it's another kind of wrench thrown in there, and I'm glad it's happening. I think it's going to be good for my son, but I don't know what kind of added stress that's gonna put on me, I guess. Yeah. And then just like reselling, just like I was talking about, it's just, it feels so slow going right now, and yeah, I've been working a lot through my big estate haul that I did, but a lot of it is high-end pieces, so I'm listing a lot of things really up there, like over $100, and I just feel like people don't necessarily have a ton of disposable income right now. So I think I'm going to be switching to doing more like bread and butter type of things soon, just like some more of my Stitch Fix palette, and just kind of trying to plow through some items that are maybe a little bit more affordable or a lower price. And then I'm just feeling like I have so much stuff that's so old and stale in my Poshmark closet. Like I don't share my Poshmark closet. I use Reseller Assistant. I know. I use Reseller Assistant. And so I never look at my Poshmark closet unless I'm listing things there. And yeah, so I feel like stuff kind of just has like the tendency to sit for a long time, and because I'm not paying attention to it, and I'm terrible at relisting, and I don't like to take my time to do closet clear out, and so I feel like I just need to have some kind of big sale soon, especially because I'm running out of room in my storage. So with all of the bulky sweaters and stuff that I've been listing, they're just taking up a lot of space in my bins, and I'm running out of space. So I have a ton of things to list, and I don't have a ton of space left to list. I do have another shelving unit that I could have my husband put together for me. Yeah. So I don't know. There's just a lot going on right now, and I'm just trying to kind of juggle it all, and it's getting a little bit overwhelming, but of course I am still enjoying reselling, and I do enjoy making YouTube videos, so I'm not going to stop or anything like that. It's just, apparently I talked for too long and it cut me off, but yeah, so sometimes it can just feel really overwhelming, and this is just sort of like the part that leads up to burnout, and I don't want that to happen, so I'm just trying to be careful with my mental state and just, yeah, not overwhelm myself. So this is sort of what's going on with me. If there is anything going on with you, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. I really like chatting with you guys. I wish that YouTube would alert you, because I literally respond to every single comment, as long as I don't accidentally miss it. I do try and respond to everyone, and I really appreciate all of you being here. And yeah, if you are not already following me on Instagram, please go ahead and do so, because I'm actually going to be doing a Q&A video, and I will probably source most of my questions from Instagram. So I hope that you can follow me over there. It is just SHOPFOXBURROW, the same as my YouTube name, so just look me up. And yeah, I will see you guys next Monday, and I really don't think I'm gonna have a very long video next Monday. I've sold, I think, like 3 things this week, quite literally about 3 things, and it is Wednesday, so not a lot, but I am going to run a sale this weekend and cross my fingers that I can move some inventory, so maybe it will be a long video. I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking now, so I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.